Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch the Movie. I'm Mike, he's Jay, and today we have some comic book movie news for you.
Because we're fucking geeks!
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it.
Drew Goddard has been tapped to direct the Sinister 6 movie, which they're guessing will come out about 2017, because the Spider-Man people, Sony already said that they're going to do a movie every year, a Spider-Man movie.
The Daily Bugle.
They're trying to take Spider-Man.
Spider-Man people, it's like the Daily Bugle behind it all.
But they're trying to make Spider-Man and take it and make their own Marvel universe with it, out of one character.
Yeah.
And it's cool. I mean, I'll take as many superhero movies as I can get. Don't get me wrong, okay? But what I'm saying is, like, you are stretching a bit. They're going to do a Venom movie. Spider-Man 4 is for 2018. Spider-Man 3 is 2016. So they're thinking 2017 is where we're going to see the Sinister 6 movie. And they tapped Drew Goddard, who directed Cabin in the Woods, who wrote Cloverfield, to direct it. Now, Drew Goddard blew it out of the fucking water with Cabin in the Woods. Badass movie. I think that guy's going to be a good director. I think he's a good writer. And he's going to be directing / writing the Daredevil Netflix series.
Which is cool.
And he's tied in with Joss Whedon. I love that that guy's involved in it. That's cool. But there's been no mention of whether or not Spider-Man's going to be involved in the Sinister 6 movie, which, for those of you who don't know, Sinister 6... Sinister 6 was originally a certain set, like Doc Ock, Vulture, all these guys. You got the 6 guys that were originally, but it's changed throughout comic book lore throughout the history. Like they've mixed and matched certain characters. So basically, we don't know who it's going to be, but it's 6 villains of the Spider-Man universe who band together and make a plan to kill Spider-Man.
Well, the Sinister 6 was always a supporting cast of Spider-Man. It was never intended to be its own standalone. I think that I don't know. It's been a while, but they may have made a comic book series based on the Sinister 6. But it's really hard for me to wrap my brain around that Spider-Man can't be in it at all. Unless Goyer's just going to go with a straight-on horror flick and make it like dark and depressing. And Goddard's going to make it dark and depressing. I don't understand like the mindset around that. Like let's make a superhero movie with supervillains, and it's going to tell their perspective. Who's the fucking good guy?
Well, I mean, are you going to have like a milder good guy that comes before Spider-Man and then they defeat him? It doesn't make any sense. Well, you got to have Spider-Man.
Well, you also talk about risk. That's a fucking risk. Yeah. I mean, you're like Spider-Man is a great character. He's got a great cast of villains, and obviously with Batman, he's got to me, it's Batman with villains and then Spider-Man with great villains. Yeah. The thing is, it's really hard to make a whole universe around one fucking character and try to do what Marvel did. It's like, okay, Sinister 6 can be made, and I wouldn't mind that, but why don't you just do it like Spider-Man 3 and introduce the Sinister 6, and then Spider-Man 4 and he fights the Sinister 6. Yeah. And have the whole movie about him fighting.
Like a 3-hour fucking Spider-Man movie where it's just an epic, badass, freaking crazy fight, which they haven't necessarily said Spider-Man's not going to be in it. They haven't said that. Like, maybe Spider-Man is in it, but I just don't... But they haven't said he's going to be either. I don't know if Spider-Man's not in that movie. It's going like this. I don't understand how the fuck you can make that.
I just don't want them to have that one scene in Sinister 6 movie, and then Spider-Man's like swinging around. It's like, what have you done? And that's the only part of Spider-Man you see. And it's like, I mean, are you supposed to like? What kind of movie is that? I just don't even know what kind of movie it is.
But we do both agree if somehow it's a Spider-Man movie, it's just titled Sinister 6, and it's Spider-Man versus Sinister 6, badass.
That's awesome.
Great fucking work.
They do that.
Good job, you guys. And that ties into the other thing, the too many villain syndrome. Spider-Man 2 was just, or the Amazing Spider-Man 2 was just previewed for the first time overseas. We're in America, so overseas is anywhere else. But and the reviews have come out for it, so they're mostly positive. It's 88% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes right now. Most people are saying it's a fun movie. The interaction between Gwen and Peter Parker is really great again, and it's just an action movie and it's fun. There's other people who are saying I liked it, but it seems like a collection of scenes rather than a full movie, much like the first one did. It's like they don't have the tone right. Some people are saying, oh, it's funny, but then it's serious, but then it's action, and there's kind of a mix, but for the most part, it's positive. I mean, I personally, I think I don't like what I'm hearing. Even though it's positive, I don't like what I'm hearing.
Well, I'm not saying that. I mean, we critique movies too, but I think sometimes these critics get so fucking on the bandwagon to go after a movie just because it's going to be popular and they want to fucking hate it for no reason. They like look for little problems in the movie, like, oh, well, it's a fucking superhero movie at the same time. Amazing Spider-Man 1 wasn't the greatest fucking thing of all time, but it was still a great movie. I think Amazing Spider-Man 2 could have suffered from Spider-Man 3 syndrome, where it was too many villains, didn't have enough time to flesh them out. But I don't think they're going like that. Mark Webb seemed like he knew what he was doing. Yeah, he knows, and he even said that in an interview before Amazing Spider-Man 2. He said, now that we've got the origin story done, and I don't have to focus on that, I can just focus on an adventure, a comic book story. And I think that's where they're going to go with it. It looks dark. It looks like a real, like, introspective Spider-Man. It looks like a good, solid Spider-Man story.
See, for me, that's what I'm scared of. I'm scared it's going to be a collection of awesome scenes, and there's going to be awesome stuff in it. But then, and it's just like Mark Webb, and he got to start with 500 Days of Summer, with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, a romance story. And the best part of Spider-Man 1, it was Peter Parker, as Peter Parker, him and Gwen Stacy's thing together. And people are saying that part's really good. The other stuff's kind of scattered. I'm thinking, well, maybe he's good at that and not so much good at the superhero thing. I think it's going to be good, but it's I feel like I already know from what I hear about it, it's not going to knock my socks off, and it's not going to change things. It's just going to be an action Spider-Man movie that's fun to watch, and you kind of forget about it after.
See, I actually thought that before. When I first saw the first trailer for Spider-Man 2, I was like, yeah, I don't know. And then I've seen more recent trailers, and I'm like, yeah, it's probably going to be... It looks like they're going to balance the human element of Peter Parker with Spider-Man, because he's looking at responsibility, he's looking at choices, and he's looking at what he has to do and what he has to sacrifice to be Spider-Man. And then they just showed a new one where you see Electro before he becomes Electro, and he's in the elevator with Gwen Stacy. He's talking about how great Spider-Man is and how he wished he could be that kind of person, and that kind of shit to me. And then it's like, even the newer one was like, Harry Osborn's like, he goes, you know, Peter Parker's like, why do you want to fight Spider-Man? He goes, because I'm dying. Yeah. You know, it's going to have these little elements in it, like these dark, like, but I have to, you know, these dark, like, human elements that I think that it's going to tie the movie together, especially with the balance of his villains and balance of Spider-Man. I think it's going to work.
I think they could do that. I'm just saying that from what people are saying about it, that's what I would have hoped for too. It just doesn't seem like they're giving that kind of vibe off. It seems like they're kind of like, it's like the first movie but more entertaining. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so the thing is, I would have said that too, but the thing is, because the trailers showed a lot of action sequences and Spider-Man flying around and just fighting villains, but then I saw some of the other ones where they just focused on Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy, and they actually pulled back Mary Jane. They held her back because they really wanted to focus on Gwen Stacy. Because I'll tell you why. This is not a spoiler. I mean, I guess it would be necessarily, but if you've read comics since like 1975, you're going to know. Yeah. Gwen Stacy eventually dies. Yeah. And that's like the moment of Peter Parker's life that he's like, I can't have a love life and be Spider-Man because of all this bad shit that can happen. And that's where Mary Jane comes in and he just says, fuck it. Yeah. I like your red hair and I'm going to have sex with you. But like they're just building up this momentum. I think by Spider-Man 3, Gwen Stacy dies. Yeah. And you introduce Mary Jane, and then he's like going through all this shit. I don't know, man. I'm not saying that the critics are wrong. I mean, it could be a shitty movie. It could be, but I don't think it will be.
Pre-rating right now.
For Spider-Man 2?
You have to guess. What do you think you're going to give it?
I'm going to give it like an 8.5.
I think I'm honestly going to give it 7.0. Oh, I think it's going to be, I don't know. So we'll see what happens there on May 3rd. But, okay.
But so you know, if you'd asked me about Captain America 2, I probably would have said 7.0.
Ooh, no, I would have said 9.
No, because the Captain America 1, the first Avenger, if I'm basing on what happened in that movie...
After you saw the trailer, though. The trailer was
well, you just said that. After the trailer, it was like higher. But before that, if it's a Captain America 2, I'd be like, yeah, it's not going to be that good. Yeah.
But, I mean, that does lead me to my question, though. What is your pre-rating for Amazing Spider-Man 2? So that's our questions for the day, guys. Comment below. Let us know. As always, ask any question you want in the comments below, and that'll be answered in a live video. Also, follow us on Facebook and Twitter for shit that you can't get here on our YouTube channel. The descriptions are in the box below. Click subscribe, click like, and always share on your Facebook and Twitter because that helps us out a huge bunch. And we love you. We'll see you next time. I love you.
We watched a movie.